Bless yourself with an enjoyable treasure, meditation. You know, thoughts are very important, very powerful, the existence and quality of God, so that at the moment, or at least when we meditate or we remember God, our thoughts are holy and pure and unconditional, so we don't create anything bad, only holy vibrations and powerful blessings. So when these powerful blessings and this thought power are generated around us and within our environment, they rise up, and then other people who are also holy and practicing, they also generate the same thought, same blessing, same power, and like attracts like, and these attract each other and make it become a very powerful force which defeats all the evil, negative influence in this world. And that's how the world will become purified and improved day by day. Yes, of course, when we go out and preach, we bring momentarily some high vibrations within into the minds of the audience and raise them up for a while, or maybe permanently, or maybe for a long time. And maybe these persons go home and then they carry these vibrations with them and they nourish them and they become stable in this holy atmosphere, and they grow holy too, pure and stable. But it takes a powerful person to do that. Otherwise, we are not influencing people. On the contrary, we'll be influenced by them, because the mass, the majority of the people, and many more minds put together, and we have only one. If we are not strong enough to cover all the minds up, then they will engulf us and we are in danger. We can just sit in our corner, in a quiet corner of our bedroom, and send out good thoughts, good vibrations, powerful blessing into the world and the universe at large. That's why we must meditate in order to purify our thoughts. Every time we remember God, every time we remember the holy names of God, we are empowered with purity, holiness, and blessings. And whoever is in the same consciousness, same level with us, will be united with us at that moment. And we add it to the force, to the positive force to purify the world and to make the world a better and better place, and to help those people who have similar minds with us to be more enforced, and to help those who come in contact with our thoughts, come in contact with our presence, to have more power to raise themselves up. That's the best way to help the world. Of course, when we help the world, we help ourselves because we are living in it. The cleaner the atmosphere, the better for us even, not only for our neighbors. So helping others is helping ourselves. So every time we should generate a very pure thought, unconditional love and goodwill all the time, without wanting anything in return. This is the best way. Even if we have not reached the holy stage or very great Bodhisattva or Buddha stage, at least we should keep ourselves pure and uninfluenced by the negative power around us. Because in the world, many people who do not practice this goodness and who do not have real faith in God, they generate bad thoughts all the time, and they make the environment filthy by their own thoughts and deeds and even speech. And if we are not covered by a holy shield, by our own mental protection and by our own purity and goodwill, then we will be drowned by this massive negative power around us. That's why we must always repeat the holy names of God, which are charged by the master power at the time of initiation. That's what we call spiritual lineage or Dharma bloodline. If we don't have the bloodline or the spiritual lineage, we repeat the names like an empty word. It has no power. Truly, it is so. It is just like material well-being. A person who has no money cannot give other people money. Even though he signs a check, it will be an empty check, no support, no bank account to support it. The check. Similarly, the spiritually empty person cannot charge other people with spiritual power, cannot revive other people's spiritual power. Even though the spiritual power is invisible, it is existing. It must exist in order for a saint or a master to reawaken in the people, within people, their own spiritual power. Otherwise, it cannot just suddenly stand there and make fire by itself. Even though fire comes from wood, it needs something, or it needs another piece of firewood to burn it, or to make the fire within itself develop. Similarly, the master is the one who has developed her or his own spiritual power, which can influence thousands, millions, the whole world, and the whole universe. The stronger the master, the larger the influence, and this we can know by coming in contact with that master. We feel very calm when we sit with a spiritual master, and if we go out with other people, some people who are evil-minded or very fierce, we feel very restless and frightened. This is the invisible influence of the inner being, which we cannot tell, but we feel. So accordingly, we try to live up to the master's standard. So we meditate, we try to purify our thoughts. The best thought is non-thought. Therefore, if you repeat the holy names of God, that's enough. That's the best thought. They are very neutral, very holy, and very powerful. At that moment, you have not the need to invoke the daily mind, the mundane mind. Because however good we think, sometimes it is still conditioned by the customs of the country, by the habits of the mass of our people, and by the trend of the society. Therefore, the best thought is that we just think of God, because God is almighty, powerful. God can do everything. That means, at that moment, we submit our will to God's will. Let God rule the universe, and we feel unburdened.